getting you. You
can take a swing at my ego.
Well, what do we have here? Welcome to the DurgaBurgers channel, and welcome to our actual wrestling podcast, which we were supposed to do like 3 months ago, but of course something happened. But hey, welcome. I'm your host, Jay. And to my left, not really left, actually no one's here at all, it's just me and my computer, is my buddy, Shawn Walsh.
Hey, how you doing?
And my other buddy, AJ Young.
Let's go, squad.
She's black.
And my little pedophile, Adam.
What's up, bitches?
And then there's Steven.
Oh, okay, you spelled my name. I see how it is.
He's British.
No, I'm talking about Scottish.
Alright. Must well
I think he's Scottish.
Is it okay if I give a little background to our podcast?
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, so we were supposed to do this for the channel a long time ago.
About Royal Rumble times in January.
Yes, so, but then things happened. People were lazy like me, because I wanted to nap. And I stopped caring about the business way before this. And, Steven was too busy having daddy issues. Adam was too busy throwing cookies. AJ was too busy falling asleep. And Sako was too busy hurting his neck.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Yeah. But you know what? Now we're finally here. And we're going to review... Well, they are because I didn't watch the show at all. WrestleMania 31.
And the Raw after.
Alright, we might as well start with the first match.
Wait. We have special...
We would like a moment of silence and a 10-bell salute to Michael Cole. And Nick Gage is free. Yeah, go on, Adam. I'm wearing earphones and that hurt.
My head hurts now.
I have head injuries and you played that.
I
hit a door last week. I'm still in pain.
The
poor guy died last night.
That crowd didn't seem to care.
And Steven thought it would be a nice gesture for us to give him a 10-bell salute.
So, I was
wrong. So if anybody's at fault here, it's the British guy.
Steven, people think I have a concussion and you played that. What the hell?
Rest in peace, Michael Cole. You were gone too soon. You might have been a horrible announcer and commentator, and you're not really dead, but still, rest in peace.
Yes.
Alright, now, the first match is a pre-show match because, I don't know why. And it's a 4-way tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, starring the Swinging Cats, as my friend Adam wants to call them, aka Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, The New Day, Kofi and Big E, and apparently Xavier Woods was with them, I'm okay with him, Los Matadores with El Torito, The Usos, and that's about it.
Yeah, did that before, yeah.
Alright. Sako, since you interrupted me, would you like to go first?
Sure, why not? I love this Spot Fest match. It was just constant shit going on. It was a great match to start off the show. I mean, it was kind of tough because there were a lot of people still trying to get to their seat, so some people couldn't react to it. But I found it really cool. A lot of great stuff going on, and also the crowd was very pro Kidd and Cesaro, and I love Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, and I don't really care much for the other teams. So I was pretty cool with that. We saw the return of the New Day Sucks chants, which are always great, even though they're the Green Day. Los Matadores were...
Boo.
That's what they were called.
Boo.
Bad joke.
You know what? Fuck off. Los Matadores, they actually were pretty good in the match. And Natalya beat up a little bull, so that was kind of cool. And the Usos fucking handicapped it. And I thought they were going to win. But overall, that was a really cool match for a pre-show. I really hope these guys actually could do like a TLC match. I think they could do a modern day version of like what it was before, because that was great.
Alright, are you done?
Oh yeah, by the way, Happy Kansas R1, best team WWE. Moving on.
Alright, now, the next person, hopefully he's awake, hopefully he didn't fall asleep always, AJ Young.
We get it. Anyway, unfortunately, I didn't see, I saw bits and pieces of both pre-show
Then you cannot
matches.
talk. Adam, you're next.
Oh, well.
Jeez. I thought it was a great way to start off the show. You could tell that these 8 guys and the Xavier, Naomi, Torito, and Natalya on the outside all were angry that they weren't on that main card, so they did it. So they went out there and put on the best thing they could to get that crowd invested, and they got the crowd invested. It was an awesome way to start off the show. It would have been a great, curtain jerker for the actual main card, but for what it was, a lot of really cool spots. New Day sucks chances, which were great, and they did it in sync, which was always fun. Tyson and Cesaro win, which was the best choice. For a moment, I actually thought the New Day were going to get it. Thank God they did it. The last Matadors were always a good hand to put in when you need, an extra tag team to just take a spot. Jay or Jimmy, I don't know which one it was, did the best he could by himself. Natalya beat up a midget, which might be a crime in some state.
Who cares?
The right guys went over. The crowd was into it. The crowd wanted Cesaro and Kid, which was great. Awesome spot to start off the show. I wish it was on the main card, but for what it was, I want to see this every year at WrestleMania. Just take 4 tag teams and let them just go out there and just beat the fuck out of each other in spot fests. Very good way to start off the show.
Okay, when you're done, tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
Alright, good. Steven.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay, then good. Alright, the
Wise
next
words.
match... the next match is also a pre-show match. Yes, 2 pre-show matches. It's Big Show. No, okay, spoiler alert. It was the 30-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
You're gonna go through all the contestants?
What the fuck? There's 30 of them.
Let's not do that. Alright, this time we're gonna start with Steven.
Oh, thanks for warning me of that. Okay, I think we all know what I'm going to say here. Fuck that decision.
But first, did you watch it?
I did watch it, yes.
Okay, then continue.
Okay. So, I picked up where Bo jumped. Apparently he didn't jump over the top rope. He
Did not jump over the top rope.
I thought
Well, he went to the outside, he ran around, and then I thought he'd go get in there.
He was under the rope the entire time. I might have been the only one paying attention.
Well, I heard the announcers, so...
Because they didn't know either.
The announcers are dumb.
If you go
Anyway.
watch it, he was under the rope and then stood up on the apron, and people thought, he was over the apron. But when he eliminated Zack Ryder, he was not. He was already on the apron to begin with. So when he jumped, they were all like, he just eliminated himself, but he didn't.
Steven was talking.
I need to clarify that.
Well, you ask next time?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
Well, thank you, Adam. Anyway, I basically started watching it when Tommy got eliminated, which set the whole show off to a sour note, because they put all that effort into doing that tournament, and only to have him eliminated so early. But whatever. Anyway, it was a decent Battle Royal match. You're not going to get much of them from the get-go. It picked up towards the end. Then, of course, my thing crapped out just before Cesaro got eliminated. I missed that. Came back with Miz and Mizdow arguing. And you thought, oh, awesome, they're going to do it. He eliminates Miz. It's like, yes, Mizdow's going to get his WrestleMania. But, oh, no. Oh, no. And I was
Stevie
pissed.
Richards.
Yeah. Steve.
Are you done, Steven?
Yeah, I'm done.
And then essentially done.
Well, people get it wrong.
You know what, guys? Next time if you're done, say done. Because, quite frankly, it's rude. I don't know when to start or when to stop. Okay, right now I'm hosting. It'd be a lot of help if you told me when you're done. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Everybody should not say when they're done.
Alright. Steven, shut up.
On with it.
Alright, then next... Wow, okay. I was gonna go to you, Sacco. You're next.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, one thing that I really thought was cool about the match that Steven didn't address is Curtis Axel. Now, Curtis Axel has been great since the Royal Rumble, which he's never been eliminated, by the way. He does the whole Hogan spot in the ring, and then everyone, here in Wikipedia, it says he's eliminated by everyone. Everyone picks him up and throws him out of the ring. Hilarious. I loved it. I mean, I wish he won, but whatever. Guess you can't get all what you want. I thought the match was really cool. It had some cool spots, but I had the same problems with it that Steven did, where with Hideo Itami, he should have been someone, if he wasn't going to win, to make it farther. Mizdow should have won to get the rub, because we all know in a year from now, Mizdow will be back to being a jobber. That's just the sad truth. And then also, why the Big Show? First he beats Eric Rowan, and then he wins this. God,
Can I explain?
Go ahead.
Okay, here's my theory, okay? It's called Andre the Giant. The Giant. In WCW, he was the Giant. He was Andre's son, kayfabe, so clearly it's a trick to his kayfabe father. That's my theory.
But,
Well, that's probably why they did it, but it's not...
Well, they kept talking about it. I mean, we should have saw it coming, because JBL kept saying 1,000,001 times, Big Show's never won a Battle Royal. Big Show's never won a Battle Royal. And I kept getting annoyed. I'm like, why the fuck do I care? And I'm like, that they always do. They always make big guys seem like these big threats, and then they're like, no, someone throws them over. But apparently, Mizdow couldn't bite his hand enough to get him over, so I guess Big Show wins. Lol. I'm done, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see, it's an easy thing, and you forgot. But whatever. Who's next? AJ?
Alright, well, from what I saw the Battle Royal...
Did you watch all of it?
I did see Curtis Axel getting eliminated, which, although I was disappointed because I'm an Axel maniac, I did find that hilarious.
So you didn't watch all of it?
I did not. Anyway...
Adam, you're next.
No, I'm getting my piece. I found Bo Dallas running around the ring hilarious. But I do have the same problem as everybody else, where I feel like the wrong guy won. Like, it could have gotten to someone, much younger that, could have used the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, as an accomplishment for the future. But at the same time, Big Show always gets hailed as the favorite for a Battle Royal and never wins. So at least this time he actually wins. I'm done.
Hold on a minute, we're gonna have to throw a timeout on the field here. This has nothing to do with anything, but Tyson Kidd Cesaro on Wikipedia says Natalya is the leader of their group. The fuck?
The woman's always the brains.
let's go on.
Fuck is this shit?
Alright, the next match is...
I didn't get to go!
I have stuff I want to say.
I'm excited when the next one I'm playing.
Yeah,
Wow.
so,
So the pirate went off.
Whoa. Say please.
please.
Go on.
Okay, so, if they were going to give Big Show the win, and they were going to do the whole, he's Andre, yada yada yada, Giant, he should have won last year. Not this year. What does it do for him? It didn't do shit for Cesaro. Ain't gonna do goddamn fucking squat. He didn't even, fuck, they barely mentioned it on Raw. They said it, when he came out, he won the Battle Royal. Alright, whatever. And the trophy's just out there. It's not gonna be there next week. They should have won this. The guy I wanted to see win didn't win it, which was Bo Dallas. The Curtis Axel spot was nice. I'm not surprised he was the first one eliminated. It wasn't as good as a Battle Royale as last year's. This felt like it was a pre-show match. Last year's felt like it was a WrestleMania match because you had a lot bigger names. This was just, let's just throw every jobber we have at a few big names. This could have been a match to jumpstart somebody like Ryback. Or it could have helped Mizdow. could have helped anybody really that Big Show. Because what does it do for Big Show's career? Absolutely nothing. Oh, he finally got the first Battle Royal victory of his career. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. It was the wrong guy won. I actually thought they were going to do the Chris Benoit spot.
I thought so too.
Chris Benoit?
The Steven Richards spot.
There you go.
Okay.
But no, instead, and it looked like at one point, when Big Show goes over, he obviously caught himself. Because as soon as I saw him catch himself, I was like, yeah, Big Show's winning this. Because that was the second time. Because earlier, the New Day tried getting him out, and he almost touched the floor, and it looked like he had to pick himself back up. So I'm like, oh, they're going to give it a fucking Big Show, aren't they? Mizdow got his spot by throwing Miz out, but it only would have mattered if he would have won the match, because after that, nobody cared, because Big Show won, and the crowd hated it. And Mizdow was one of the most over guys the entire night. More over than one half of your WWE title match main event.
Well, and now I have a question here. This whole storyline between Miz and Mizdow, hasn't it been Mizdow hasn't turned on Miz because Miz would fire him, and then because he doesn't have a contract with WWE? Why did Miz have a match on Raw?
Mizdow.
Yeah, well, Mizdow. Why did he have a match on Raw if he turned on the Miz? Miz obviously would have. Mizdow would have quit. So why would he? If he doesn't have a contract with WWE, why would he have a match on Raw?
They're gonna do the JBL Shawn Michaels thing, where
But he doesn't have a contract.
They're gonna.
It doesn't make sense for this. Oh, I hate this.
Well, sometimes continuity doesn't always work out, but
It just made like Mizdow. You could have done this so much earlier. They would have just given you a match the next night.
we'll see what happens in the time to come. But it was a little bit. Wrong guy won. That's about it. I'm done.
Alright. The next match is the ladder match. Starring Daniel Bryan with a broken neck, by the way. Well, not broken neck, but a very weak neck. Bad News Barrett, who's the IC champion. Dean Ambrose, R-Truth, Luke Harper, Ziggler, and Stardust for the IC title. Let's start with AJ. First, AJ, did you watch the match?
Yes, I watched the match.
First off, leave the attitude, okay? I have a question. Now, since you're going to be that way, Sako, you start.
Whoa! Oh, okay. I apologize. No, whatever, go.
Alright, see, I love this match, and I think everyone going into this match thought it was going to be a great match. Everything you expected the match to be. These guys just giving it their all, doing all these spots. It was really cool. Some scary spots too, like Dean Ambrose going through that fucking ladder. I mean, shit. I know it's not, your ladder you pick up from the Home Depot, but shit, the angle of that's fucking insane. And all the stuff they did, that superplex off the ladder with Stardust and Barrett, all this stuff they did. First of all, and also Ziggler, how fast that guy can climb a ladder. I could not believe that. And it was a really cool match, a great match to start off WrestleMania, and I'm really glad Daniel Bryan won the title, because, I mean, even though I think many of us would have liked to see him in the main event versus Brock Lesnar, but if we weren't going to get to see that, at least he gets his moment as the Intercontinental Champion. He's finally a Triple Crown Champion, which is really cool.
Are you
Next
done?
up.
Are you done?
Yes, I am done.
Oh my god, it's a simple thing.
I said next up.
Sean, it's a simple thing. Oh my god. AJ, you're next.
Okay, I apologize for my outburst earlier.
No,
And
you're not. No, you're not.
True. Anyway, I've enjoyed this match. I do feel that Luke Harper deserves a lot more credit than he gets. But, like Sako said, I did enjoy the superplex spot with Barrett and Stardust off the ladder. I like that Stardust brought out his own ladder, only for it to get destroyed by Bad News Barrett. It's everything about this match I enjoyed. I think that the right guy won. I would have loved to see Bad News Barrett retain, because, I mean, the fact that he's a 5-time Intercontinental Champion, and in my opinion, like, none of his reigns have stood out to me, it's kind of sad. But, the right guy won this match, and I think what helped to really put Daniel Bryan as the guy who could return prestige to the Intercontinental title is a segment with him, Roddy Piper, Pat Patterson, Ric Flair, and Bret Hart. you know, I think that Daniel Bryan can really be the guy that, you know, helps return prestige to the Intercontinental title.
You forgot Ron Simmons.
Oh, yes, the legendary Ron Simmons.
Yes.
I'm done.
Alright, next is Adam.
Alright, this match showed how much WrestleMania misses the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because they took the entire bulk of the mid-card division and Daniel Bryan, put them in this ladder match. Granted, it wasn't the greatest ladder match. I've seen much better, especially at WrestleMania with Money in the Bank ladder matches. I felt it was very subdued, but it was okay for what it was. Nothing really was crazy about it. You know, there was a few spots.
I don't agree with that.
And they didn't have enough time, I felt like they were just getting crazier and getting going, and then it was over, and I was kind of upset about that. Especially with the fact that it's 7 matches on a 4-hour show, and the timing was a big issue, but that's something completely different. All the guys looked great, in this match. The right guy obviously won, because, you know, if anybody else would have won it, I don't think it would have had as good as a reaction. Daniel Bryan needed to win this match after everything that's been going on since he's come back at the Rumble. You could make the argument that Dean Ambrose could have won too, but I think he's fine where he is. He still got one of the biggest pops of the night as well when he came out.
Oh yeah.
Some of the spots were great. Dean Ambrose's elbow drop off the ladder on everybody was fun. Everybody doing suicide dives. The fucking Stardust ladder, which was awesome. Which I'm sad didn't get used. I thought everybody looked really good. They all went out there. They knew what they were doing. They were all like, shit, we don't have actual matches, so we're just going to go out there and put on the greatest thing that we can do with the time that we have and showcase that we deserve better. And I think they did that. The suplex with Stardust and Barrett was great. Dean Ambrose going through the ladder was great. And the ending was it wasn't the greatest way to end the match, but it was cool with the headbutts. It was a fun ladder match. I'm a sucker for anything involving a ladder, so I liked it. I just felt they could have done more. I'm done.
Oh, my God. It's a simple thing, people. Just say you're done. Oh, especially you, Adam. Alright, now, of course, last but not least, is our favorite little Brit himself, the biscuit-eating something, Steven.
I'm not sure how to react to that. But,
you say thank you.
Thank you, Base J.
Thank you.
I'm not going to go over the spots because everybody's already done that. I will say I'm going to take one of Adam's points further, and I don't think it was particularly... I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Nobody's going to remember it after a month. Except for Bryan winning. I don't think there was anything particularly special about it other than Ambrose dying horribly. It was your standard ladder match, pay-per-view ladder match, and it was fine. You know, it was entertaining, but it wasn't anything special. Oh, for fuck's sake. Done.
Oh my God, you people are so difficult.
If we pause after the end, it's quite clear that we are done.
How do we know that? People at home, you know what? I'll ask you. Do you think that long pause means they're done? What's that, people at home? No. As you can see, they spoke in and they said no. So therefore...
they said.
I think that's just the voices in your head, Jay.
You see, I am Asian, so therefore I have psychic powers. Meaning, I can hear their thoughts. So next time when you're done, you say done.
Voices in his head is a great segue.
Yeah.
Alright, the next match is was quite a good match, even though I didn't see it at all.
I see.
It's Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins with JJ Security. Now, who should go first? How about AJ? First, AJ, did you watch the match?
Yes, I watched the match.
Alright, then you go first.
Okay. The match will go down for having the second best RKO of all time. And I thought that, you know, it was a great match. It could have gone on a little later. It's understandable why it didn't with the old WrestleMania. I thought that the double DDT spots of J&J Security was cool. And I think that, it really helps solidify Orton as a face by, defeating kind of the young upstart. And I like how the commentators put over that, Rollins is essentially a younger version of Randy Orton. The match. And,
I didn't see the match, but something tells me I should disagree with that.
Well, they pointed out, and I'm sorry for interrupting AJ, but they're pointing out that Triple H handpicked Orton years ago, and he was the cocky, guy who was the future of the company, and Triple H basically did the same thing for Seth Rollins. They're not comparing the Viper character, I think they're comparing the old Legend Killer character.
Oh, okay, thank God, okay.
If you watch the hype video, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Go on, AJ.
But yeah, I just think overall it was a good match, and, with what happened at the end of the night, it helped set the stage for a potential match between Orton and Rollins at Extreme Rules. I don't think this is the last time that they'll be facing each other. Done.
Alright, wow, see guys, was that hard? Well, it wasn't. Alright, now, the next person is, you know what, might as well make it all black. First, Steven, you go now.
Excuse me? I'm actually a segue between black and white, thank you.
You see, AJ is black, he's really, really, really black, and you're also black. You might be half black, but you're black. Therefore, you must go next.
Fine, whatever. Okay, I agree with AJ. It was probably the second best RKO of all time, and I marked the fuck out when I saw it. I genuinely did. I still don't know how it works, but it did, and it was awesome. But the rest of the match, I just don't think it was okay. But, okay, what was so great about it? The biggest spot of the match was a fucking superplex. Or a double DDT that we've seen 1,000 times already. Okay, what was
between the two was great.
They can do so much better than that.
Oh my God, it was great. I'll wait till it's my turn.
I don't think they did anything special. Apart from the RKO.
Such a hater.
Such a hater. Seth was my favorite goddamn wrestler.
Decorum.
Okay, guys. Sacco, just read that. Your turn is skipped. Steven, continue.
I'm done. I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, then never mind. Sacco, your turn is next.
Oh.
Now, unlike a certain someone, I enjoyed this match. In fact, it was my favorite match of the night. I thought the match was great. I thought Orton and Seth Rollins had incredible chemistry. I don't know if they rehearsed that or if they just did that on their own or what, but it was phenomenal. I thought they worked really well together, and that was for a match that was in the more beginning of the night, not even a main event match. I thought they did some cool stuff. They really put over Seth Rollins, especially was kicking out of the RKO and all the stuff they did in the match. The stuff with J&J Security. I love the one spot where he was going for the curb stomp, and then Orton turned that into the power slam. That I thought was awesome. And then, obviously, at the end, that curb stomp into the RKO. Now, obviously, Seth Rollins just sprung himself off of Randy Orton like a trampoline, and then Orton just dropped him, which was incredible. I can't believe Rollins got himself up that high, and then Orton caught him. It was just great. A great match that I'm certainly going to remember for a long time. I think it was the best match at WrestleMania, but that's just my opinion. I'm done.
Oh, it's a soft, Jesus. Oh, Sacco.
It's going to be a big joke for the rest of the video.
I actually, while you were talking, I actually went on YouTube when I went to watch that one spot, and I'm not gonna lie, that was really, really cool. Oh God, I love Orton and Seth. All right, who's next again?
Oh.
Guys, who's next?
Isn't it Adam?
You're not gonna. All right, don't say my name. Okay.
Oh, Adam, you're next. You cookie hitter. Go on.
Anyway, this is my second favorite match of the night. The chemistry was great. The issue, I think, was, once again, timing. It felt like they were just getting going and the match was over. If they would have had maybe an extra 3, maybe 4 minutes, this could have been something a lot better. It was already good as it was, but another, 7 matches on a card for a 4-hour show, and things are ending, rapidly. It doesn't feel right. Seth and Randy Orton deserved so much more time and so much better than what they had. But for what they did, it was great. That RKO was fucking awesome. At one point, I actually thought he was going to go for the Phoenix Splash into an RKO, but then I was like, that might kill him. But it was a cool spot anyway. No tables being brought in. I thought this is where the Spanish announce table or the German announce table, or whatever the fuck, there was like 4 announce tables, was going to happen, RKO and something, and Seth gets fucked up. No, which was weird, because, that's what Randy's whole deal is. I like to RKO people through announce tables. I think it was a timing issue. It's my second favorite match of the night, and these two guys I want to see more of. I hope this is the match at Extreme Rules. Looks like it won't be, though. I'm not done seeing these guys. The RKO was great. Again, I don't know how you rehearse that. It deserved more time. It didn't have enough time. But, all in all, a great match. Done.
Oh, okay. The next match
Oh dear.
is
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love this match.
Oh, I bet you did, little buddy.
I'm going to put my controller down because I actually have to concentrate
Here
now.
comes the debate.
Oh yeah, okay.
Fight for the first
Okay.
Out of 9 stars.
I might as well tell you now. Do not talk over one another at all. Okay.
Oh,
The
that's
debate.
gonna happen.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
everybody give their opinion, and then we'll debate.
Yes. Okay. This one, instead of going first, you all just go.
Oh dear.
Okay.
That's if you want.
I
Okay.
think we should all go first, and then just let everybody go fucking ape shit.
Yeah. Okay. The next match is with 2 legends, Triple H versus Sting, and we had a special appearance by the NWO on Sting's side, which makes somewhat sense, and DX on Triple H's side. Now, who wants to go first?
Can
I'll
you
go.
let the people who are gonna go nuts go first?
You're all crazy. You're all crazy, by the way. So, Adam, you go first.
Okay, because I'm gonna probably be the most tamed about this. I don't know what AJ's like yet, but I enjoyed the match until the shenanigans happened.
I love the shenanigans.
I get it. It was a nostalgic thing for the Attitude Era marks. I get it, but
Monday Night War.
if one of the major things that took me out of this match was the ending. The wrong guy won this match. If Sting would have won this match, I think I would have had no problem with this match. But Triple H won this match. And once again, what does this tell us? Vince McMahon cannot get over the fact that he buried WCW. You won, Vince. He already won. How much more does he need to bury this fucking thing? And a shame on Triple H for saying okay to this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I just felt, and also the major inconsistency of Nash and Hall, who are part of the clique, being on the opposite side of Triple H. I get it, DX versus NWO, but we're wrestling fans. We all know
How to
that.
suspend your disbelief.
We all know that Triple H and them are friends. I was expecting them to turn on Sting, Hogan and Sting, and then here comes Ric Flair to help out Hogan and Sting, and it's the 3 of them versus the DX and Click thing. I expected Shawn Michaels to show up, as, per usual. X-Pac took an awesome fucking punch by Hogan. Scott Hall took a bump. What the fuck?
Killed him.
Kevin Nash sold his quad. Yes! Awesome.
Memes are
That's how you-
rampant.
It's the ending. The fucking ending was the worst part of this match. Not only that, but I felt like it was a little bit too much shenanigans. This was a match that was going somewhere to be one of those WrestleMania classic type spectacles. Not a great wrestling match, because it really wasn't the greatest wrestling match. It was a nice little brawl. They hurt themselves badly. I don't know if that new electric, NXT Titantron thing on the side of the apron is a good thing, because that shit fucked up Triple H's thigh. He had a giant fucking black and blue going down his whole leg, and that thing was that thing took me out of the match as well, because that thing was distracting. they were on the path to something good, and then it got way too much shenanigans, and then the match ends with a fucking sledgehammer to the head, and then Triple H and Sting shook hands only to have that be disagreed with later in the night with the Rousey segment. It was a little bit too overbooked for what it should have been. It should have been the two of them fighting, and then, yeah, here comes DX, I guess. It shouldn't have been all of DX, and it shouldn't have been all of NWO. I think it should have just been Triple H and Shawn, and maybe the actual NWO members. But I don't think you needed Billy Gunn and X-Pac and Road Dogg. I don't think that was necessary. I didn't get my sword fight scene, which I wanted, with the sledgehammer and the baseball bat. Instead, I got a clean-cut baseball bat shot to the sledgehammer, which looked kind of fake, because I don't think a baseball bat can cut a sledgehammer that clean. I don't know. Something about this match just didn't click for me as soon as all the shenanigans happened. I was into it. I was like, yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then the shenanigans happened, and I was like, I'm a little bit taken out of this. And then it started picking back up, and then Triple H went out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck happened here? A match that, the best match that had the best build-up had literally my least favorite match on the card, and it was only because that ending ruined that entire match for me. I'm done.
Alright, now you know what? I know someone might somewhat disagree with you, and that man is Sacco.
Yes. Now, I'll say this. I do agree with one thing. Triple H winning, fucking stupid. Vince McMahon needs to get his head out of his ass and, like you said, realize he won the war. A WCW guy can win. It's been 14 fucking years. Let Sting win something. Jesus. And I was really disappointed in that. But, of the actual match, first of all, it was a really cool match. It was great to see Sting wrestling without a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Sting, and you gotta keep in mind this too, Sting's 56 years old. For a guy, he's probably one of the best 56-year-olds physically in the world. And he did phenomenal. He took a lot of bumps. He took the Stinger Splash on the barricade. He moved around. He jumped off the top rope. Yeah, okay, he jumped onto DX, but that's still a lot for a guy his age. And I thought he did incredible. I thought Triple H did a good job working with Sting. And I think for people who were disappointed in it, you know, I'm not going to say any names, are idiots. I'm not talking about you, Steven. Because they were expecting some kind of big technical 30-minute match between the two, and if you did, you're a bigger idiot than Vince McMahon having Sting lose. Because the fact that you would think a 56-year-old Sting would fight Triple H in a big technical match is insane. These guys are going to have a brawl, and the outside interference was great because if they would have not had it, sure, the match would have been okay, and they would have looked worse because, oh well, Sting still didn't win, which he still should have fucking won. Should have been Stinger Splash, Scorpion Deathlock, boom, done, Sting wins. But the whole DX and NWO, now, I know there's certain people who are like, it wasn't a backflip, so, you know, it wasn't cool. But I marked out because it was so unexpected, at least for me. When Sting was about to win and then DX came out, it made perfect sense because if you remember, when DX invaded WCW in 1998, who was it? It was the DX Army. So, that's why... Okay, well, she's like being psycho bitch right now. So X-Pac and the Outlaws came out there, and they went after Sting, and that was a cool exchange. Triple H got flipped to the outside, and very close falls that pedigree. And when Triple H goes for the sledgehammer, I kept thinking the whole time, because I was sitting there thinking, like, someone's going to help Sting. You knew someone was going to help him. I'm thinking, well, Lex Luger can't do shit, so it won't be him. I'm like, Ric Flair, is it going to be the Four Horsemen? And then I heard the NWO music, and man, I lost it. I was marking out, and this is a big thing because, I mean, everyone else here knows it, but I'm a very big Hulk Hogan hater. I don't like Hulk Hogan at all. However, if I'm gonna have to, like I said when I watched it, if I have to see Hulk Hogan on my TV, I'm glad it was for this reason. Because to see him in the black and white, do the NWO and do that NWO versus DX stuff, and then the fact that they came out there and it wasn't just, okay, we're just gonna throw punches. These guys took some bumps. And I gotta give some credit there. You know, Hogan taking that nasty-ass fall from X-Pac, I'm surprised he let him do that. Everyone was flying around, Nash went down, and then Scott Hall, Jesus Christ, man. He had nothing to prove, but he took a back bump. Even Road Dogg sold that back bump. Oh my god. That was insane. But I thought the match was really cool. I thought it was a great moment that everyone's going to remember for years to come. However, it is kind of tainted because of Triple H winning, which made no sense at all. I'm done.
Can I interject real quick for a second?
Go on.
When the fuck did this match end up becoming no disqualification?
Well, apparently it was pinfalls and submissions only match, whatever the fuck that means.
Because not once before this match happened did they say street fight or
No holds barred.
All of a sudden, here comes DX, and JBL's like, the hell? And Michael Cole's like, it's no disqualification. When the hell did this happen?
Well, they did say, when they did the ring announcement, they did say it was a pinfall and submissions only
What the
match.
hell does that mean?
I get. Wouldn't it just been easier? They would have just said, we're going to make it no holds barred.
Well, why not, like, a TV show, Stephanie McMahon... Okay, remember that segment where Eden tried to go talk to Triple H and Kane interjected?
Yeah.
Why did it have been, like, something where Steph shows up, or it could have even been Kane, and said, oh, now it's a no disqualification or a street fight. So that at least we understood. Because I remember sitting watching it, and then here they come, and I'm like, this is a DQ, right? I'm just saying, it was very weird how they didn't make that clear. But continue, Jay.
Alright. Now, who is next? AJ.
AJ's got a lot of words for this match.
No, hold up. Wait a minute. AJ.
His strong silence is very reassuring about his opinion on this match.
Clearly he's upset. Or clearly he's
Oh, sorry, I was looking at my phone.
He was upset.
Alright, my opinion on this match, basically, I think, for nostalgia purposes, it was good, but I see people giving it like a 9 out of 10 star, 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. It wasn't a wrestling clinic. If you're looking for a wrestling clinic, you're looking at the wrong match.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for a match...
It was supposed to be like
Exactly.
Hogan and Rock.
Like, if you're looking for a match that, is coupled with surprises and nostalgia, then, yeah, this is a good match for you. Although, I like everybody else, marked out when NWO came out, but I initially thought that they were gonna, tease helping Sting and then attack him for old time's sake. But, considering that 2/3 of the NWO are Click, why is it all of a sudden, they're attacking DX? And considering that, X-Pac and Nash are friends, X-Pac and Hall are friends, they're fighting each other. I don't know, suspension of disbelief, I guess.
Well, Triple H and Shawn Michaels are friends, but they had like a 2-year
X-Pac was in
feud 2 years ago.
NWO.
That is true. So
was Shawn Michaels.
Well, but
we don't talk about that. But yeah, just overall it was a decent match. I don't think that it deserved like a 9 out of 10 rating that I see getting on at certain places. I don't think it was match of the night quality, but for the surprises and for NWO versus DX one last time, it was good. I do think the wrong person won, and I think that, it was weird to see the match end with the sledgehammer shot and not a pedigree. And at least have the sledgehammer shot be followed with a pedigree, but I don't know, that's just me. It was another case tonight, or not tonight, but at WrestleMania, of the wrong person winning the match. Both the entrances were cool. I don't think that Triple H really needed the victory over Sting, but Sting, with it being his WrestleMania debut, it would have been nice to see him, win. Especially considering that could be his last match. I'm
Better
done.
not be.
Alright, now, Steven, before you start, there's a question I'm going to ask you after we review Mania, but not yet. Steven, go.
Wait, is that directed to me or everyone?
No, everyone. All of you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cool. Steven, go.
Okay, let me put down my controller.
Oh dear.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay. See, this match was the bells and whistles match, or the spectacle match, or the let's throw fucking logic out the window and anything resembling a wrestling match, and replace that with nostalgia and ooh shiny instead. And that's exactly what we got. And that's Vince's wet dream, and he produced it, and everybody gushes over it, and everyone proved Vince right. That it doesn't matter if you put a pile of turd in the middle of the ring. And I'm not saying, up until NWO came out, I'm not saying it was a pile of turd. I thought it was a fine for what it was, because I'm not expecting these guys to put on a 5-star match. That would be stupid. And despite what some people may say, no one in our group expects that. No one is that stupid.
I don't know about that.
Me and Carol talked about it, because I know you're referring to Carol.
We're name dropping.
Well, we're not supposed to mention Benoit.
Yeah.
Right, we talked about it, and Carol actually made some good points, and it's unfortunate that he decided to be in a car, and he can't be here to defend
I
himself.
wish he would have rode off the road.
Well,
Guys!
guys, this is a wrestling podcast.
Well, yeah, you haven't seen cars in wrestling before?
Well, we saw monster trucks.
Yeah?
Look, it was a fine match up until the NWO came out. Then Logic decided to go jump off a bridge and kill itself, because you say we're meant to suspend disbelief, but they have acknowledged the click on TV multiple times. It is part of the WWE. So for them to, even in the night before, Kevin Nash high-fived Shawn Michaels. For them to all of a sudden decide, you know what, I'm going to go against my friends. Just for a guy that we hated for the majority of our careers. And, fuck the Wolfpack. Nobody remembers that apart from their cool music. And black and red.
Actually, that's fairly true, though.
So let me get straight. You just named two very remote things of the Wolfpack and the feud, and trust me, people know Wolfpack.
Yeah, okay, you say so.
Sting music. And they know Sting was for whatever fucking reason in it.
It's just, this match is exactly why I stopped watching. Exactly the same thing I hated about Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and Rock opening WrestleMania last year. The same thing I hate about part-timers coming in and everybody gushing over the nostalgia of it. At some point, we have to move on. We have to move on from 1998, or whenever these guys were relevant, and DX were knocking on WCW's door. That was almost, 3 years. That's going to be 2 decades ago. It was a long-ass time ago. I just don't understand why people still care. I don't understand why people...
It's because it took Sting so long to get there. Like, I obviously I agree with the whole thing. This should have happened like 10 years ago, if not even before that. Obviously, but they couldn't do it because of circumstance. Like, they didn't have DX and the NWO in the company at the same time. When the NWO was around, Shawn Michaels was injured, and they couldn't do it. And then with Sting, it's taken all this time. And yeah, I know it's old guys taking up time, but who the fuck are they going to send out there? Zack Ryder to go help Sting? I know he's a Sting fan, but...
How about you separate some of the people in the ladder match who actually deserve to have singles matches, or matches with more importance than let's play hot potato with the title.
But it's better to have them be in the ladder match and then just be bodies to help Sting out.
I wasn't talking about helping Sting out, I was talking about actually giving them a match.
Oh, I obviously I agree with them having a match, but, we need, fucking Roman Reigns, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm done. Whatever.
Alright. Okay. Now,
Triple H winning was fucking stupid. There we go.
See, we agree. We all agree with something.
Okay. The next match is the Divas match. Now, okay.
Hashtag give Divas a chance.
Right here.
Who here besides Adam actually watched the match?
I did.
I did.
There's an echo.
Oh.
Look at Adam did.
Oh, you poor fuck. Alright.
I did.
What?
I did.
There's still an echo.
What do you want me to do about it?
You do know he can hang up.
Mute your mic and...
Okay.
go.
When he talks, right? When he talks, no one talks. It's gonna
Okay.
fuck up everything.
Is everything
Okay.
good now?
Oh yeah, it's gone now. Okay.
Good.
Okay. The match is the Divas match. It's a tag team match with Paige
Yay!
and the Bellas. Now, clearly, since Adam actually believes in giving Divas a chance, because
Two, but not as much as Adam.
yeah, no, just Adam. You know, unlike me, because I'm I'm sexist. Great way to introduce myself to the DurgaBurger people. Jay's sexist.
It's your first
Adam. Adam, what are your thoughts on the Divas match?
It was okay.
Okay, well first let me explain. Okay.
I wasn't done yet.
Go on.
I want to give my rant.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Now,
Is it like it should have been a title match?
there's a few things.
Go on.
Once again, I think this is my big issue of the whole night was timing. These girls barely got 10 minutes. You know, and the whole thing is
didn't
giving
even
Divas
get
a chance, right? And these girls didn't really get 10 minutes.
They got 6 minutes and 42 seconds.
That's not giving Divas a chance. That's, oh, go out there and have the best you can. There was nothing on the line in this match. And I mean, granted, yeah, the story going up to it was okay. Why the fuck couldn't the title be on the line? It would have added something to this match. But no. The girls did the best they could with what they had, and AJ and Paige did the best they could with who they were fighting. Brie Bella still fucking sucks. Nikki, I give credit to. She's trying at least. The whole deal is let's give Divas a chance. And they can't get 10 minutes to showcase something? And it looked like the crowd was actually getting into it at one point. And as soon as they looked like they were getting into it, the match was over. You know, just for fuck's sake, man, the girl... I'm a huge advocate for these females. And I believe... I mean, okay, we look at what NXT does with their women. And they put on fucking, like, almost 5-star classics. They put on wrestling matches that actually are good. It's not glitz and glam.
Now, Adam, when you say that, is it because, are you sure it's their 5-star classic, or it's because finally they're putting on matches that they should be putting on?
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's actually a good question, Jay.
No, they actually are really good matches, though.
No,
They're
I
not
think it's both.
Well,
They're
are they
not
worth?
5 stars.
Are they worth 5 stars now?
I think.
Well, no, they're not 5 stars.
NXT, right, is actually getting women that wrestle, not supermodels and cheerleaders and fucking Victoria's Secret catalog girls. No, they're getting women that wrestle. Sasha Banks is an actual wrestler. Charlotte, fucking Ric Flair's daughter. You know, Becky Lynch wrestled over in Ireland.
Wait, hold on a second. Charlotte's in a relationship with Ric Flair's daughter?
Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter.
You said she's fucking Ric Flair's daughter?
No, she's fucking
No,
brown.
you don't. Ah, fuck it.
He never said that.
Do not interrupt me while I give my women's speech. You know, the women in NXT are wrestlers. Now, and then you look at this match. Paige has been wrestling since she was 13. AJ has actually been wrestling. Nikki and Brie Bella were fucking, like, I don't even know what they were before they came to the WWE.
Well, they
All I
decided
know
to fuck
is
the right
that-
people.
All I know is that they were shit, and I didn't want them there. And granted, yes, Nikki's getting better. But Nikki Bella getting better isn't, like, getting better. It's going from shit to, like, okay. And Brie Bella is still a fucking pile of garbage.
Which is funny, because who they're fucking.
I know, it doesn't make
Which still doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's
There
the
is a
only
wrestling-
goddamn reason they're in the fucking main event is because of who they're fucking. They're like, oh, now we got jobs for life. Bitches, get the fuck out of my ring.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I will not be done until I get my anger and aggression out. The right girls won. I'm fucking biased against it as obviously. But still, either way, the right girls won. But the fucking title should be on the line. If the title was on the line, you would have been able to actually have something there that had presence, because that means they've done it before. WWE has done it before. Wrestling has done it before. Where the title's on the line in a tag match, and whoever gets the pinfall gets the title. You could have had the Bellas have issues with each other. If the belt was on the line, the whole storyline of whose bond is better would have actually worked, because you would have saw, can the Bellas actually stay together, or is Brie gonna get jealous and try and get the belt away from her sister? Are AJ gonna actually stay together, or are they gonna fight to see who's the champion? It would have had some fucking kind of story. The story going into it was okay, but it needed more. It needed more time. They didn't get it. It was okay. I'm glad my girls won, but for fuck's sake, if this is Give Divas a Chance, you're not doing good enough. Fuck you, Kevin Dunn, and fuck you, Vince. I'm done.
Okay. Well, we would like to add that we do believe in Give Divas a Chance, and we also agree to fuck the Kevin Dunn and fuck the Vince McMahon. Steven, you're next.
We'll clutch a she can make them up.
Hey, I'm all in favor of Give Divas a Chance. Oh my god, shut up, Jay.
You call them meat bodies.
I don't do that in public.
He's not like certain sexist people.
Socko.
No, I like the divas.
It should be give women a chance. Well, give women's wrestlers a chance.
They shouldn't be called divas either.
Yes, it's very demeaning. But that's besides the point. It was meh. It was average. Definition of average. I'm not gonna blame them, because like Adam said, I thought the match went on a lot longer. But if they only got 6 minutes, then Jesus, that's pretty bad. There was hardly anything on the line. The story wasn't great going into it. There's a reason that trended on Twitter. One, because people like to post stuff. But the people who were genuinely behind it, there's a reason for it. Because of stuff like this. Because even the cobbled together ladder match had a purpose behind it. This didn't really have any purpose. You know? And you can't be surprised by the result. One thing I will say, and I know Adam's going to disagree with us a lot, I think AJ has regressed. And I know that's...
Regressed because of what she's doing.
I know it's because she's coming in and out, and who she's facing could be a factor, but I do genuinely think she's regressed from where she was. I think that's been a progression. For fuck's sake. It's been a thing that's been happening for over a year now, I think. And I think it's gotten to the point where people have to start mentioning it. You can't just keep hiding behind the fact that you like AJ.
I think she is coming down to the end of her rope, and she actually might be deciding to step down. It's definitely there, but it also could be the fact that she is not very happy with the way that it's going, so maybe she's doing it on purpose.
Well, I'm sure she didn't botch that tornado DDT on purpose.
I would like it. Shit happens. If she ever decides to stop, I'd love it if she went and helped Sarah Del Rey down in NXT, because I think she'd do a good job there.
She'd have to move to Florida. I don't think Mr. CM would have a heyday with that.
Good point. But either way, I mean, you can tell that she still supports it, because, you know, she's fucking Bayley's biggest supporter. But, never mind, I'm interrupting, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I'm done.
Alright, Sako, you're next.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into big rant like Adam did.
Hey, Sako, since you're already horny one here, I would like it if you actually didn't fap while talking.
I'm not. I don't do that all the time.
You do have the tendency to get horny when talking about women, but besides that, continue.
Okay. I agree with pretty much what you guys said for the most part, so I'm not going to go into it too much. Yeah, the story should have been about the belt, either a tag team for the belt or it should have been a four-way for the belt. The match, again, yeah, it was the best what they could do. I will say this though, this pains me to say, but I'm actually going to give props to Brie Bella. I know, it's terrible, but she went to the steel steps at the end of the match. Now, women don't typically do that. So I give props to her for actually taking that.
But one butt does not justify.
I know, no. I'm not saying she's good now. She's still shit. But I'll give her that for taking that. Generally surprised that Nikki was the one who took the fall, I thought they had Brie in there just so she could take the fall. But yeah, right people. One, hopefully, and if the dirt sheets are right, this means there's apparently a plan to actually push the Divas better after Mania. Hopefully they do. That'd be great because Paige and AJ have always been good. Whether you think AJ's regressed or not, she's still good. She's pretty much the female Chris Jericho or RVD with her schedule right now, because she comes in and out, which is great for her. But I'd like to. I'm guessing there's going to be something in the future. Hopefully, and I'm mad that one segment, that whole Rock segment, got like 1 million minutes, and this couldn't get 2 more minutes.
Don't get me started.
But whatever. That's my thoughts. I'm done.
All right, now AJ.
God damn it.
AJ is currently indisposed at the moment.
AJ's
Please
just like,
leave the
there's a
message
women's
off.
match on the card?
AJ's strong silence is very reassuring of how things in this match.
Yes, it is. Or
He's representative of the utter disgrace that is Kevin Dunn.
He's not very happy that there were no black people in this match.
yeah.
Where's Naomi and Cameron? The fucking dactyls.
Why he southern?
Are we gonna skip over him or?
No. Let's give him a few.
AJ, do you have any words for this match?
Yeah.
Alright, AJ is currently being AJ right now. So we're gonna skip him from now on because apparently he's dead now. So
Now when he comes back, does he give his opinions on what he missed or no?
No, he's gonna miss it
We
because
give him 1 million chances.
Don't give AJ a chance.
yeah.
Give Divas a chance. Fuck AJ. Well, okay, AJ Young, not the actual AJ.
Alright. The next match is Rusev versus John Cena for the US title. Okay, let's start with Rusev's biggest supporter, Adam.
I'm a biggest supporter, but alright.
That he's missing.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
No, I'll go. The match was good. It wasn't as, I thought it was on par with the Fastlane match. If anybody thought Rusev was winning this match, you don't know how this company works. It's the same thing that happens every year. They take the big monster, and they feed it to the Cena machine. Was Cena winning weird because of the whole situation that happened with the whole, we're going to give Cena and Bryan the titles if Brock wins. And then, of course, you saw what happened later in the night, and, that doesn't turn out. So then it's kind of confusing why they gave it to Cena. The ending I thought was really, really quick and rushed. It was like out of nowhere, just a fucking FU and that's it. After Lana got knocked off the apron. It would have been nice if Rusev would have kicked out of at least one FU. Attitude adjustment, whatever. And then after the second one, he'll get the pinfall, but it was just like, oh, okay, 1 AA, that's it, game over. The highlight of this entire thing was Rusev's entrance. With a fucking tank and everything. It was the best entrance of the night. The shit was awesome. Another thing that was interesting is that Cena didn't get a special entrance, which is weird, because Cena usually has special WrestleMania entrances. Like, Rusev gets a fucking tank, and Cena just comes out running.
He had that whole America thing before.
Yeah, but, Rusev had one, too. Rusev had a fucking bunch of guys walking down with a flag and a fucking tank and cannons.
Well,
and
I
Cena
guess
has
they didn't want to do a million Cenas again.
Cena has a video package? That's it?
He's
I'm
in the
just
mid
saying,
card now.
usually Cena has bigger entrances than this. I don't know if it was like money issue or anything, or they didn't want to do it. It just felt weird. It was an okay match. Not my favorite match of the night, but certainly not the worst thing that was on the show. It's definitely going to be a forgettable match. I don't think people will remember it that much. I think the only thing people will remember is the fact that John Cena is a U.S. champion, which is weird, still for me. It was okay. It was good, but it wasn't great. It's forgettable. It's whatever. The ending was kind of rushed. The wrong guy won, but I guess it's right. I guess. I'm very iffy on the whole ending. I think Rusev maybe should have won, but then again, I guess, America beats Russia, yada yada yada.
Alright, are you done?
Yeah, I'm just conflicted with this whole thing. I'm done.
Okay, now the next person is Chloe Sacco, because Steven's too busy being Steven. Go on, Sacco.
Wait,
Okay.
what the hell does that mean?
So,
What did I do?
Alright, so I agree with Adam that this match was okay. Now, Adam said this match was on par with Fastlane. That's where I'm going to disagree. I think the Fastlane match was actually better than the WrestleMania match, which is weird. Usually the WrestleMania match is better. I thought that Fastlane match was supposed to be like the warm-up match. But I think the Fastlane match had more near falls, and also the fact that Rusev won was also a big shocker, but I thought that match just overall was better than the WrestleMania match. I thought the WrestleMania match was like Adam said, it was kind of meh, nothing special. I've seen certain people, I'm not gonna throw any names, who said it was great, but I honestly preferred all the other matches.
No, say their names. Say their names.
Stevie Richards.
Preferred what?
However, I thought it was okay. Now, I honestly don't have a problem with Cena winning the U.S. title. Even though it would have been cool to see Rusev win, and I was cheering for Rusev to win, but I'm okay with Cena winning because what it means. It means Cena's the U.S. champion, and that's great because then that means Cena can stay away from that WWE title. And that means someone incredible, like a huge star, the face of the company, no matter what they say about Roman, is the mid-card champion. So when you got guys like Dean Ambrose, Rusev, Dolph Ziggler, or whoever they send to go after Cena for the belt, they're going to look like $1 million against Cena, even in defeat, unless he completely buries them. And also, too, I'll say this, Cena is obviously starting to go down on the totem pole. I guess after that 15th title win, they were like, well, maybe he should maybe he should choose the mid-card guys. Which is the best thing for Cena at this point, because what else can you do with Cena? It's pointless to put him back in the world title picture with all these new stars going in there. So him being the U.S. champion and doing this for however long is the best spot for him. It can help out the division, and while keeping Cena doing something relevant and cool. Also, just a side note, when it comes to Cena's 2 WrestleMania matches where he fought the young guy, I actually think his match with Bray Wyatt last year was better than his match with Rusev at WrestleMania this year.
I agree.
And now the matches that followed the match with Bray Wyatt were, but the WrestleMania match was better than this match with Rusev. I don't know if it's anyone's fault. If it was, well, they got a lot of time, but I don't know whose fault it was. But match was kind of meh for me. But I'm cool with Cena winning. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I was paying attention. Now, Steven, you're up next.
Strangely enough, I actually... Well, I agree with Sokka's summation? The quality of the match, I thought it was alright. I don't think it was anything special. In fact, I thought it felt... At the time, because of how pissed off I was about preceding matches, I think I overrated it. Now that I've had time to think about it, I think... Hello? How you doing? We're doing a wrestling podcast. How are you? Oh, you're just gonna go away without saying it. Alright.
Hey, it's just like my show cameo appearances.
Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Alright, yeah.
You agree with me?
I do agree. I honestly feel like it could have been a Raw main event. Maybe. I don't think it was bad. I thought it was okay, but I think both guys can do better than that. Though Cena's springboard stunner was cool.
I think that was a botch. Cause I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I thought Cena was going for like a springboard back elbow. I think he messed up and just did a stunner.
It looked cool anyway.
Yeah. It threw me off guard. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cena
I guess Cena has a new move this year.
Also, the tank was the best thing.
Every year he has a new move, okay? The last year was a drop kick.
He's fucking Lucha Stone Cold now.
Right.
Was it last year the Hurricane Rana?
No, that was 2
He's been doing
years
that for a
ago.
while.
Last year was that whole, like, suplex, the neckbreaker thing, like the half Nelson into the neckbreaker.
Well, he pulled out the fucking sit-out pump-up powerbomb at the Rumble.
Yeah. Credit to Cena for throwing out these new moves. Give him that. I mean, he doesn't know how to call a match quietly, but whatever.
I thought he was going for like a springboard cutter. That ended up turning into a stunner.
I thought it was a springboard shoulder block. That was very wrong.
Whatever it was.
It was a springboard move.
It definitely got me back into the match for a little bit.
Yeah.
Woke me up. I was like, oh, alright.
Hi, Steven. I'm done talking yet, Steven.
Well, thank you, Joe. I will say I think Rusev should have won, and I get what Shawn is saying. Shawn about Cena finally being the one to bring prestige back to the title, but I think it would have done wonders for Rusev to actually go over Cena. Now, where Rusev would have gone after that? Hell, I don't know. Where does he go after losing to Cena? Though probably losing to him again at Extreme Rules, and then joining Vladimir Kozlov and Umaga. Oh no, wait.
Wow.
Not Umaga.
So hi?
The Miz.
Yeah, the Miz. There's the Miz. There was Bray Wyatt until they found out they wanted to face Undertaker WrestleMania. I'm sure there's other people I'm forgetting, but
The Nexus.
hopefully, yes. Don't talk about it. Yeah. See, hopefully Rusev can bounce back. I'm not too hopeful about that though.
I think he'll be fine.
So.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
Was anyone else hoping Cena came out to like Word Life as a thing that WrestleMania 20?
No.
Well, didn't they have Thugonomics Cena on the Titantron?
Well, that's his whole shirt thing is that he has like his different incarnations. That's his T-shirt.
I just thought it would have been cool because they were building up the whole thing. Oh, that was Cena's first title, and now he's going after the U.S. belt. If he would have done that for like one night, I would have been cool.
He's gonna come out to some kind of fucking American thing.
Lex Luger's theme song.
That reminds me. His goddamn, that was the most obnoxious piece of shit video package I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of it, but if I'll give one thing credit to WWE, they know how to make a good hype video.
They do.
They really know how to do good with their video packages.
Steven's
So
just
you
mad
add
because
George Bush?
Wade Barrett didn't. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
Bush.
threw me off.
Yeah, I don't. When I think of a great thing about America, I don't think of someone. Well, okay, I'm not going to go any farther. That will lead to something else. Never mind.
This isn't politics day.
Shh.
Well, if they're going to bring politics into it, then screw it.
This isn't Politicomania.
I am not allowed to say what I was about to say. So shh.
Oh my god, Derek with a steel chair!
Let's keep it in the wrestling here.
Steven, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Alright,
AJ, how about you, AJ? What do you think? I agree, AJ. Alright, next match.
AJ's silence is very reassuring.
Okay, not really a match, more like a segment. The Ronda Rousey, Stephanie McMurphy, Triple H, and The Rook segment.
Farouk? Farouk was there? Farouk was on earlier, Jay.
We are the nation.
I know all black people look the same, but...
By Dwayne Johnson. Okay, guys, what do you think?
Who's going?
It was a well-executed segment that went on way...
Oh my god, it went on way too long.
And literally they waited all that long because they wanted it to get dark out.
Yeah, and it still didn't get dark out.
No, it still didn't get dark. They still had to wait until one match. Then it got dark.
I thought it was cool. Like, first of all, I didn't get why Triple H all of a sudden got in a suit already. I'm like, well, I guess someone's already done. And he's out there, and they're like, oh, look at all the people here. And Stephanie's like, yeah, I'm a heel. It's all because of me. And I'm like, okay. Then The Rock comes out, which it kind of surprised me. You knew someone was coming out, but
Well, Coach spoiled it on the ESPN.
oh, I didn't see it. I was doing other stuff, so I didn't see it. So yeah, The Rock came out, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna tease this match again. So I don't know if this means they're going to try to do Rock and Triple H next year.
I think they're going to do it.
Although I read reports that they're doing Rock vs. Brock, which I'd rather see Rock and Triple H than Rock vs. Brock, because Brock I don't think should turn heel quite yet from that WrestleMania. But also, I thought it was really cool that they had Ronda Rousey in there. Now, obviously, people who are familiar with Ronda Rousey knows how awesome she is, and if you go against her, she will kill you. So it was cool to have her go in the ring, but that segment should have been just like a couple minutes. Stephanie being a bitch, they would have fought, and should have put the armbar on.
I think it might have been a contractual issue.
Maybe, but
I bet Steph did not want to take that.
Yeah, but she could have they could have done like the whole Del Rio thing with it.
Or she could have got judo flipped like Triple H did.
Yeah, she could have done that. She could have just pushed her down and then just gone and put it on, and then like Triple H comes in there and pulls her out or something, and then they go away. And it was especially a cool thing. Like, if this was going to lead to a Ronda and Stephanie match, say at SummerSlam, I'm saying hypothetically, then okay, I can get her not putting on the armbar because you could say that for SummerSlam. But we all know she's contracted by the UFC, and the UFC didn't allow Brock Lesnar to go do stuff with WWE while he was under contract with UFC. So
the fact that Ronda was able to do this surprised me.
Yeah, I really doubt Dana White would allow her to wrestle at SummerSlam or WrestleMania unless she was no longer employed by the UFC. So yeah, they tease that, and then I don't think it's going to lead to anything besides maybe Ronda's in The Rock's corner next year.
My issue here is nothing even with the segment itself, but Vince logic. So earlier in the night, you have Sting get buried, and you're again proving your ego. I beat WCW. Ha! I won. You're dead. But in this segment, you give direct prop to a UFC competitor. And UFC right now is literally your biggest competition? And you give Ronda Rousey the platform to be exposed? What kind of fucking twisted bullshit double standards is this? It was a cool moment to see Ronda Rousey and everything, and it was nice. It was a fucking long-ass segment. It was, she finally got that wish she always wanted. We've always known that Ronda wanted to be involved with WWE somehow, and this is probably her only chance because they're in California. It's WrestleMania.
Until she retires from UFC.
But you just gave direct fucking a platform for the UFC bantamweight, right? Bantamweight, I'm right? Am I right with that? The champion.
She's UFC Women's Champion.
Whatever. To be on a platform in front of everyone, and now they're looking at this girl and they're like, and if you don't watch UFC, you're like, I like her. I'm going to go watch UFC. At least with Sting, you can't say, I'm going to go watch WCW. I mean, you can, but guess where it is? On the network, so at least it's going back to the WWE.
See,
but Vince just gave UFC fucking prop. What bullshit is this?
I don't know. I don't really see it that way. I see it... I mean, Ronda Rousey is known, at least in the United States, by most people. So, by those people, you already know her or already watched the UFC anyway. So, it was a cool moment. And for people who don't know who Ronda Rousey is, either it was just you don't care, or, she's beating up Stephanie. And I don't think it would have been like, I gotta go see her in UFC. It's just, I just want to see her beat up Stephanie.
But it's weird how Vince has always been against the UFC, and you just let a UFC competitor.
Well, it's just like years ago in the '80s when they would have Muhammad Ali and
that was a different Vince.
Yeah, I understand that, but it worked. Like, if you look after WrestleMania, if you go to SportsCenter, they were covering WrestleMania.
But I think that's another issue, is that it was a glorified let's get noticed type segment.
Oh yeah, it was, but it was smart. It was
well executed, I'll agree with that. Sometimes I wonder what the fuck Vince is thinking.
I thought it was smart, it just went on way too long.
It was way too long. Way too fucking long. And also, like I said earlier, the whole Triple H does the handshake and then Sting in the segment, it's like, what was you? Stop, Barry. WCW, we get it. Also, I don't like the fact that Steph can never, always gets the upper hand and never gets the shit kicked out of her.
Yeah.
Put in an arm bar that looked weak as hell, and then just rolls out of the ring.
Yeah, this is the thing with Stephanie. She never gets no one ever gets revenge. Like even if I know all of us pretty much don't like Brie Bella, but if you look at SummerSlam, Stephanie won that match. Brie Bella never got her revenge. And I know I don't want to see the match again because that match was an all Stephanie match, but it makes no sense for the story. Why wouldn't the face get revenge? That's a part of the reason why I want to see AJ versus Stephanie, because I don't know. Actually, they might actually.
That feud would have worked if CM Punk was still there.
No, I think it could still work. Like they have great chemistry together every time they're.
I wanted to see that. That was the match I wanted at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Have that be a women's match, and then still have maybe Paige and Nikki fight for the title.
Yeah.
That would have been give Divas a chance. Anyway, Steven hasn't talked yet.
Steven, go.
I don't care for The Rock anymore. I think the segment was too long. Ronda Rousey, I lost all interest when she started speaking because I did not expect that voice. I thought the arm lock was weak. I thought the hip toss, Triple H sold it like a fish.
Like a fish?
Yes, he did. But I think the main thing I took away from that, other than the fact they were wasting time for the sun to go down, which it didn't.
A little bit.
A tiny bit.
Not enough.
The biggest thing I took away from that was that Stephanie is a terrible heel. And I say that because eventually, it's sort of what you guys were saying, that eventually a heel has to get some form of comeuppance. And the problem with Stephanie is that she always belittles male wrestlers. And they can't, and Rock even said it himself, he can't attack her, or else, you'll have whoever on WWE's backs.
Feminist backs.
It's like,
Get the PWs on their back.
You can't really have Brie get comeuppance on her, because it's Brie fucking Bella.
At this point, it doesn't mean anything.
It has a lot to do with the fact that it's a different time period. If, say this was the Attitude Era, Rock would have fucking rock bottom step.
Yeah.
But,
as he should have.
But this ain't the fucking PG era.
But it's just, unless she can't keep belittling people, she can't keep talking down to people, she can't keep pushing her own way if nobody's ever going to do anything, because that's not how wrestling works.
I thought fucking Lita was going to show up because she was there.
I would have been cool as that. At least someone would have kicked her ass.
I completely forgot that Ronda Rousey was in the crowd. I remember they showed her once and that was it, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like, when they brought Ronda in, I'm like, they're not going to have her fucking knock Steph out, because, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. And she puts her in a weak-ass arm bar, and I'm like, oh, at least judo flip her. Steph, you've taken bumps before, just do it.
Alright, are we done now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well executed, but,
I would ask AJ, but AJ is currently busy right now.
AJ, what do you think? Boom!
Well, I think that Matt... shut up, AJ.
Oh, wow.
Die.
Wow! Oh, inside jokes.
He's gonna listen to this.
He's gonna have to sift through all of it.
Well, hopefully he wakes up and hears this. The next match is a match that, from what I saw, was 50-50 leading up to it. And as for execution, I do not care because I don't know. Yeah, I didn't watch it because I was watching something else. And that is the Taker versus the Bray Wyatt. Let's see. I think I'll go with Sako since he's a very big Taker fan.
Yeah, if you don't know me, well, ask anyone here. I'm a very huge Undertaker mark. I think he's the greatest wrestler of all time, but he's my second favorite wrestler of all time. And I was really happy. Now, ask anyone here. I was very emotionally distraught when he lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I've had literal, not even joking here, nightmares about that match. I've had nightmares where he lost to Booker T at WrestleMania.
Somebody needs to,
Whoa.
we're learning things here. So this is like you just making like a fun.
I'm not making this up.
Somebody needs to like.
No, everyone shut up.
You know?
Everyone shut up. What did you say, Terrazako?
I had a nightmare that Booker T beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I hated him.
Repeat that. I think
Booker-
somebody. Sako, wrestling's not real.
I fell asleep. I had a very bad nightmare where Booker T, for whatever reason, fought The Undertaker and beat him.
You know what they say about people who dream, right?
What?
That their dreams, whatever they dream, has to do something with their subconscious and their psyche. Are you against black people?
No. I'm just against people beating The Undertaker.
Yeah, I was a Power Ranger once.
Okay, so
Hey, this isn't about dreams.
Alright.
Continue.
I'm just trying to show people there how much that streak coming to an end hurt me. Now, I'm obviously on the boat, which I'm sure everyone here is, that if The Undertaker was going to lose, it should have been the end. No. But regardless, it was pretty much official even before Undertaker even responded that this match was happening in WrestleMania. I thought it was perfect that Undertaker didn't show up to WrestleMania. I know some people were like, "Oh, Bray Wyatt's just carrying the whole feud." I'm like, you do realize he got his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar? Why the fuck would he just randomly show up in Raw and be like, "Okay, you want to fight?" No, it makes no sense for the Undertaker gimmick. Or it makes no logical sense. People don't even understand the Undertaker gimmick anymore, which makes me mad. And I really wish the Undertaker had a little bit more spectacular entrance. To me, it was just kind of gong goes off, Undertaker music hits, and WrestleMania 20 Taker pretty much came out with a little shorter hair. And I mean, I'm glad he's with the leather pants and the tights, because we don't need to see that. But yeah, I thought it was cool to see Undertaker. He looked much better than last year. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, he didn't look great." The man's 50 years old, and dear God, the beating he's taken throughout his career. He looked better than last year, so that's all. That's great. The hair is better. It was a good thing he ditched the mohawk. It was cool when he first did it, but it's a good thing that he now has grown his hair. I thought the match with Bray Wyatt was alright. It was much better than his match with Brock Lesnar, but I guess the story, I couldn't tell, like, the story they were trying to tell was that The Undertaker was just so weak, or that Undertaker was just weak. And I know some of it was trying to build that, but I thought the whole story was trying to be, okay, The Undertaker got his ass kicked, but a year later he comes back and he shows he isn't regressing. He's still that Undertaker. But I guess in a way it made Bray Wyatt look strong, and also Wyatt was going into that match with a fractured ankle.
Yeah, he sprained his ankle earlier in the day.
Yeah, so I'll give him that. He worked really well for having that against him. However, Bray Wyatt, I love Bray Wyatt. He's great on the mic. He's a great character, but he isn't a great wrestler. He's an alright wrestler, but let's put it like this. There's a reason why his best match is with Daniel Bryan, and then you put him with someone who isn't a great worker, it's kind of okay. He's not exactly someone to just carry The Undertaker like a Shawn Michaels, like a Triple H, like a CM Punk can. So that's what you got. So it was more along the lines of a gimmick match, which was what it should be. I thought it was all right though, and this is coming from a huge Undertaker fan who loves everything he does. But I thought it was all right. I love the whole spot they did where Bray Wyatt did the walk, the crab walk thing. Whatever. And then the Undertaker sat up and looked at him. I thought that was cool. That if you don't remember anything about that match, that will be remembered forever. That whole thing of the Undertaker sitting up and then looking at Bray Wyatt, And for the first time, Bray Wyatt showing any kind of fear. And I know some people, and this is not a shot there, I've actually seen other people say this, that were like, oh, Bray Wyatt shouldn't have shown fear and stuff like that. I understand that, but at the same, like, I see both sides of that argument. I see, okay, maybe Bray Wyatt shouldn't have showed fear, but also at the same time, Bray Wyatt hasn't shown any fear throughout his whole feud with all the mind games with The Undertaker and everything. And to me, it made the whole Undertaker comeback better. That Undertaker shows, even after all these years, he's still the Phenom. He's still the face of evil, or whatever they're trying to market. And then I was just happy that The Undertaker won. And I know people are going to go, well, Bray Wyatt's young. He should have won the match. He's 0-2 at WrestleMania. But Bray Wyatt is, 27 years old? Bray Wyatt has fought John Cena and Undertaker in his first 2 WrestleManias. I think he will be okay. Bray Wyatt has plenty of more WrestleManias in him for him to win. He has a hell of a career ahead of him. The Undertaker is much closer to the end of his career. And if the plan is to do the Ultimate Dream match, Undertaker versus Sting, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, then you have to have the Undertaker win to get his redemption, because otherwise, what the hell sense does it make for the Undertaker to be 21-2 to fight Sting? Like, Undertaker would commit suicide if that was the case, losing 2 times. If the streak wasn't over, I'd be all for Bray Wyatt beating the Undertaker. But since it did, Undertaker had to win. And yeah, done.
Okay, Steven.
I am in complete opposite. I think. Okay, first of all, I'm going to preface. Well, first of all, I'll talk about what I thought about the match. Thought it was alright. Right, moving on. The main thing I want to talk about is who should have won. Now, I think Undertaker should have won if the plan is still to face Sting. The problem with that is if they do go with him facing Sting, Sting kind of lost. So the special attraction about that match is kind of dampened by that fact. I mean, how does that even come back? Does Sting get up to the ring like, even though I lost, I want to face you, Undertaker, because something dark characters? Well, and Undertaker, like,
I think the bad thing is, does Sting lose twice at WrestleMania? Or does Taker lose twice at WrestleMania?
Oh, do you know, if Sting is going to lose to The Undertaker, there's not even a question about it.
But that means Sting lost both of his WrestleMania matches. And obviously that has to do a lot with the fact that Sting lost to...
It's basically both companies' version of the... Like, it's WWE's loyal guy versus WCW's loyal guy. Of course Vince is going to have Undertaker win. And I really think, and I see what you're saying with the whole thing with Sting losing. That's why I thought they were going to have Sting hint at retirement on Raw and have Undertaker be like, before you go, let's wrestle. But, fucking Bo Dallas, whatever.
Don't you talk shit about Bo.
Fucking thinks he's got a goatee, thinks he's the Undertaker.
Bo Dallas rules.
See, if they don't go with Undertaker versus Sting, then Bray Wyatt should have won, hands down. And you can say he's 27, he's got a lot of time to, for his career to pan out, and sure, that's true. But I think a big problem's coming about with his character is that whenever he sets himself on an important task, he always falls flat on his face. So, I mean, he tried to get Cena to embrace the hate again. That failed. He tried to get Daniel Bryan to join the Wyatt family, still not sure whether he actually did join it or he was just pretending, but either way, it didn't end out too well for him. The Ambrose feud wasn't really anything important for him, neither was the Jericho one. Coincidentally, those are 2 ones he won. He'd been Dean Ambrose 1,000 times. And then the last important one was becoming the new face of Fear, which he lost again. At some point, you're going to have to give him a big win, or else how are you meant to take his character seriously?
I really think what they need to do is Bray Wyatt is, especially since he's injured right now, it's the perfect time to do it. Just have him off of TV. You don't even... I know some people are saying, they didn't even mention the Bray and Taker. Just have him off of TV. They don't even need to... where's Bray Wyatt? just gone for weeks on end, and you build it up as a big match at a pay-per-view, and either Bray Wyatt comes back as a heel and targets someone, or he comes back as a huge face.
Who does he? Never. Oh, that's else.
Hell, but then again, this would mean one of them would have to lose. You could have him fight Sting, but who
Oh,
needs?
that's Sting losing.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
wait, no,
obviously,
What?
no, I think Sting would actually lose that.
I ain't going yet.
But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I am done then, apparently.
Okay, well, apparently, it doesn't mean you're not at all. You were interrupted by Adam. So, Steven, he had what to say to say it.
So I will give Adam his turn.
Oh, of course, leave Adam to fill things one.
First of all, we were all interrupted by Sako.
It's true. Stop showing you. Adam, go.
Open to me.
The lighting definitely hurt this match.
Mm-hmm.
The entrance, I thought Bray's entrance was really badass with the scarecrows. And Taker's entrance was very lackluster, which is weird for a Taker entrance.
It should have been bigger for his big return.
Yeah, he had those, that weird, gate thing that they made for him with the, pyro stacks, I guess.
I didn't even notice it till 2 days later.
He looked better. But to say that this was a better match than last year's match isn't saying much? Because, god damn, that match was terrible last year.
I'm saying cat poo smells
Yeah.
better than dog poo.
Bray and Taker was okay. It was alright. I think this match should have been in the position that Sting and Triple H was. And Sting and Triple H should have been where Bray and Taker was.
Well, this was later because they were hoping it'd be dark out.
Well,
And it didn't pan out too well.
when you're on the fucking West Coast and the sun doesn't go down for until 8 o'clock, you should have known what you were getting yourself into.
But they didn't know it all.
I liked that it was outdoors and it was nice and bright, but I do think it affected some of the entrances. Taker did fine.
Last year.
Bray is probably one of the best new big men in WWE. Him and Rusev are probably maybe not on par, but he's not a shitty big guy. He's not the most technical fucking dude, but God, he can do some pretty good strikes.
But he's the best character.
And I love the fucking senton that he does. Him and Joe is going to be a match I want to see. Nothing else. And yeah, Bray is one of the best characters they have. Bray's in my top 3. I love Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, what he really needs to do is he needs to do what The Undertaker did back in the later 90s. And The Undertaker, when the beginning of his career, was just a gimmick. And then he started to actually, wrestle and add some things. Because Bray Wyatt...
Evolve.
Yeah, he needs to evolve the character, and maybe a face turn actually would be good for him. Hopefully he doesn't sing. And also, I think he needs to add a couple moves. Bray Wyatt, I know we get on people like Cena and stuff like that, but he really got 5 moves or whatever, if that. He needs to add a couple moves. Undertaker at least has a bunch of moves he can do. He doesn't always use them, but he has a bunch of moves. Bray Wyatt does all his moves in every match.
The match was alright. It wasn't terrible. It's not a Taker match that will be remembered. It's not one of the fucking WrestleMania classics.
It'll be remembered for, the moment.
The sit-up thing was probably the best part of that entire match.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Bray's attire. He looked cool. Taker looked so much better in the pants. It definitely helped him. But it felt like there was something, it just didn't click enough. The chemistry just wasn't there, and it didn't look like it was there for the audience either, because the audience was really going for Bray, not much Taker, which is weird, because you would have thought,
I don't know. When Bray was throwing...
I
it was pretty 50-50.
I heard more for Taker.
Yeah, I'll give you this. There was a point where they were chanting "Let's go Wyatt, Undertaker." There were some points where the crowd was cheering for Wyatt, but it was much for Undertaker. And perfect examples when they do the spot where they throw punches, each gets a shot.
Yeah, doing boo yay.
And the crowd cheered when the Undertaker would do the Tombstone and whatnot. So the crowd, the majority of the crowd was for the Undertaker.
It just didn't. It was very awkward.
I think the only reason is because there was marks.
I don't think it's for me. It wasn't that. It was the fact that it's like it didn't feel right knowing that he's not the Streak anymore.
Yeah.
No, it was just like this doesn't feel like a Taker match because there's not a lot of presence in this.
There wasn't much point to it.
It was an okay match. It was a nice platform for Bray. It did make Bray look good. Bray's got a future going forward. He didn't look like crap in this match. Taker looked okay for what he did. Bray will come back soon. Everybody who loses to Undertaker usually goes away for a little bit and then comes back rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just something. Just like Rusev and Cena, it's just something about it just didn't click for me. I don't know. It was very awkward and surreal and weird, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, and I know there are some people who are mad about the match. I think we should all just be happy that it wasn't what could have happened, and it could have just been Undertaker and Kane from WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't that.
Because the story was obviously Undertaker's redemption, and if it would have been just 5 minutes of Undertaker doing all his moves and kicking, because for actually a good 2 or 3 minutes, that's what it was.
Yeah, and he went for the old school.
Oh, I'm glad last year he couldn't do it. He could barely do
There was a few moments though. I felt like, oh god, did he get a concussion again? Did he get a concussion again? I don't know. I felt worried for the whole match. I didn't feel pumped. I felt worried. I
felt worried when Wyatt did the senton.
Yeah, Bray did the senton, and then he did the first Sister Abigail. I'm like, oh my god, is Taker okay? I didn't feel, oh my god, this match is great. I was like, oh no. And then it ended, and Taker won, and then hearing Michael Cole say he's 22-1 was just,
it's weird to hear that.
It was an okay match. Nothing special. Nothing that'll be remembered. It's whatever. It's just like a lot of the matches on this card. It was alright.
This is a really small thing, and this is just me being picky, and this isn't even about the match, this is the aftermatch. The fact that they faded away when Undertaker just left the ring, to me, I was like, really? Because, Undertaker, after all his matches, he always goes up to the stage, he looks back, and he throws his arm up.
Yeah, that was weird too.
They didn't have that, and I'm like, and they just faded away, and I'm like, I get, okay, they're trying to save time and everything, but you couldn't have the camera there for another minute for Undertaker to do his spot just to randomly fade away like that. To me, that wasn't the right thing to do. But that's just me being picky.
It was surreal and weird and awkward for all the wrong reasons.
They should have had the damn video package.
Well, they cut that out because of time issues. But then again, 7 matches, 4-hour card. I don't understand how time was an issue. Maybe
Rock and Ronda Rousey.
But yeah, weird, surreal. It was okay. Not anything I'm gonna remember. It helped Bray a little bit, but not much. Neither guy really leaves this show with anything. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, I'm back. I almost fell asleep because you guys talked for way too long.
What about AJ?
Oh yeah, AJ, shit. AJ. AJ, you're getting very rude right now. I mean, you skipped the Divas match, you skipped the John Cena match, now this.
No, CJ, you don't understand. AJ just saving it for the big finale.
Yeah.
Oh, the big finale. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's going to scream all his thoughts in 1 minute.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, now it's time for the main event.
Yes.
And the big thing that happened, and everyone's very happy about, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Wait, there's a twist. A new flavor is involved. What's this? Seth Rollins. And it's now a triple threat match, but wait, there's more to it. He cashed in the middle of the match. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's start with Steven.
You know what, I'm just gonna go on a little mini rant here, sorry about this. See, I woke up the next day after watching WrestleMania, and because I had my glutton for punishment, I looked on, various websites, and also Reddit, because because I go on there sometimes. Seeing people's opinions of the show, right? And one such opinion I saw, actually I saw this morning, so that story's useless. But yeah, I saw people on a certain website, naming no names, they're saying, "Oh, Reigns put on a great performance. When he can do nothing to please you haters. You're just blind. You're letting your hatred of him blind you against, his improvement. Blah 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 blah." And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Because this literally all Reigns did in that match was get his ass whipped for God knows how long, smile, and then about a minute or two before Rollins came out, Superman punch, spear. Just like, how is that? But the match was entertaining. I'm not going to say it was good because I think entertaining good can be two different things. It was basically
It was a different kind of match. It was a different kind of match.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It was the right main event for this Mania. But there's something AJ said, and he could have said if he was here. But we already saw this at Night of Champions. It was entertaining then, it was entertaining now, but it was nothing special. And there was nothing in that match that said to me, yeah, Reigns deserves to be in this main event. He did not deserve to be in the main event 2 days ago, he does not deserve to be in the main event, and he still does not deserve to be in the main event. And the fact that, I know I'm going on a little bit, but he came back on Raw and did a fucking plancha.
We'll get to Raw.
He jumped, no selling, just jumped over the top rope. This is exactly why I marked the fuck out when Seth Rollins cashed in, and that changed the show, which I probably would have given about a 5 to a 6. So, good for you. I'm done.
Adam, you clearly want to say something. Go on.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I was just wondering if you were awake. But okay. It was not the best WrestleMania main event, but it was the WrestleMania main event that this show needed. Leading up into this match, everything was either okay or meh. And then the main event happened. And then Brock Lesnar went out there, and Roman Reigns and him had a stiff-ass fucking fight. And I was like, yeah, here we go. And Brock got fucking busted open. And then Brock was like, you son of a bitch, you Samoan motherfucker, I'm about to kill you. And that's exactly what Brock Lesnar fucking did. Brock Lesnar went fucking Suplex City, bitch, and killed him. And Roman Reigns was like, I'm gonna get back up, and I'm gonna Superman punch you. And then I spear you twice. And then goes for another Superman punch, and Brock picked that guy up and fucking F5'd him. And then here comes Seth Rollins. And as soon as I heard Seth's music, I was like, okay, this is great. Perfect. Roman Reigns did better than I expected. I was expecting this to be shit, but I'll give Roman credit. He went toe to toe with Brock, and he did the best he could with what he was given. Does this solidify him as a main eventer or the next guy? No, but he did better than what I wanted. Brock was Brock. You can't not like Brock.
At this point, it's just impossible.
And then Seth Rollins cashed in, and that's the thing about tonight. Not tonight. That's the thing about WrestleMania that people will take away. Is the first time ever the Money in the Bank was cashed in at WrestleMania, and not just at WrestleMania, but it's also the first time the briefcase was ever cashed in the middle of a match at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins won. Shit, holy crap. Wow. The guy that everybody thought was going to be the least impactful member of the Shield. A guy that on the Independents was good, but was never the
ending special. As the indie guy, I can safely say that Tyler Black, or now known as Seth Rollins, wasn't anything special at all.
Mid-card
He wasn't.
He goes to NXT, becomes the first ever NXT champion.
It's still not as special.
That's awesome, but still nothing great. I mean, who did he fight in the finals? Jinder Mahal. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's who we fought. Yeah.
That's not. And personally, I was like, okay, he's probably going to be the next Hardy type character. the guy who does the spots and crazy. Maybe he gets a rub here or there with like a mid-card title. Maybe he gets a run with the title at least for like once, maybe for a month. No. Man pins Roman Reigns. Good thing about this match is it doesn't really hurt Brock. Because Brock didn't get pinned. And Brock fucking got manhandled. So it doesn't hurt Brock. Does it hurt Roman? Maybe. And then Seth Rollins wins at the top of the stage. He's the fucking WWE champion. Whoever would have thought that was going to be the case? You would have said, like, maybe 2 years ago, oh, Seth Rollins, you're going to be WWE champion. I highly doubt anybody would agree with you. This main event was stellar. It wasn't the best wrestling match, but it was a good spectacle, definitely, for that. This is how the Mania needed to end. If Mania would have ended any other way, I don't think people would have... And also, the people who are giving this show like a 9 out of 10, a fucking 9.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, they're just obviously...
Alright, now that leads to the question that I wanted to ask.
Well, I didn't get to say my thoughts.
I didn't even say done yet.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I'm guessing you know what question it is. But, go on.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great to watch. Definitely, for me, it was my favorite match and moment of the night. Only because it was a great WrestleMania spectacle. Anywhere else, I don't think this would have worked as well. But WrestleMania, this is what it worked. And this is what it needed. And this, just like Steven, before this, the show to me was like a 6 or a 7. The main event to me made it like a 7.5, 7.8, maybe an 8, a very, very slim 8. Definitely not a 9, definitely not a 10, definitely not like an 8.5. Will it be something I'll go back and watch maybe in 2 years? Maybe just for the cash-in? But it was good. I'm done.
Go on, Sacco.
Yay, Seth.
Okay. So now, here's what I'm going to say, and I kind of said earlier, and this is what I love about Brock Lesnar's matches. One of the only positives to him ending the streak, his matches are different. It's not the same formula. Like, okay, these matches like he had with Cena last year, and the match he had at Mania with Roman, they're not going to go down as 5-star matches, but they're awesome because of the kind of match. Roman Reigns got his ass kicked. Now, for many of us who are very anti-Roman Reigns, it was pretty cool to see. I loved it. And to me, also, there's no way that was just, okay, Brock just did it just because he's Brock. It was either someone said, alright, rough this kid up, or when Roman took that shot in the beginning of the match, and he hit Brock, and his face got bruised, you could see it. Brock was just like, okay, we're going to do this kind of match, and proceeded to kill him for 20 minutes. It was awesome, and, like Steven said, was the whole thing, people putting over Reigns, and like, oh, his selling was great. I'll give Roman Reigns this, great taking an ass kicking, but you could have put Zack Ryder out there, you could have put Eva Marie out there. When you're getting your ass kicked like that, you're going to sell really well. Because
Marie can do that.
If you want to see her get clotheslined by Brock Lesnar, I mean,
she might die.
True, but of course you're going to sell like that. I'll give Roman the credit for taking it, but I'm not going to give him all this credit for selling, because if you're actually taking all stuff like Jesus Christ, the knees Brock was giving Roman, all those heavy clotheslines and the F5s and the suplexes, it was intense, and I think that just proves that Brock Lesnar is phenomenal in the ring. No matter if I know people will go, oh, well, he isn't there all the time. Brock is great, and he's great with his role, and also with the whole thing of him, it's basically him no-selling, but at the same time, it is him selling. It's just, he takes so much more, which I think in the WWE right now, Brock Lesnar is the best character. He's the beast. They're actually booking him as what they call him. They've called him the Beast Incarnate for how long? And now they're booking him like that. And I love that. Okay, Roman Reigns throws a Superman punch that usually knocks people down, but Brock just went to a knee and got back up. And it took like 3 or 4 Superman punches and then the spears, and he kept getting up. You just could not keep him down. And really, the biggest thing Roman Reigns did in that match was he pushed Brock into the steel post. And then Brock bled. If that didn't happen, Brock was still kicking his ass. And Brock was still doing all this cool stuff. He still, in the end, caught him with the F5, which I was so happy because I thought they were going to do the whole Roman Reigns makes that superhero comeback with Superman punch and spear and wins. But Brock hits the F5 and he's down and out. Both men down on the ground. And then the moment we all love, Seth Rollins comes out. Now, for me, big Call fan, so DWF Judgment Day 2008, very, very big fan of that. Rollins came out, and I think there were some people suspecting that Rollins was going to cash in, but it is a bigger shock of when he did it. I think many people expected Brock to win or Roman to win and then a cash in, but it was Rollins coming out there mid-match, being a genius, cashing in, and then even this, they still made Brock look strong because he hit the curb stomp. Brock was still getting up. And then, and yeah, he caught him, was going to go for the F5, hit the spear, which I got scared. I'm like, oh, Roman's still going to win. And then, boom, curb stomp. And that was perfect because Brock didn't get pinned. Roman got pinned, and he should have gotten pinned. Rollins is the WWE champion, and if it's not Brock as the champion, Rollins should be WWE champion. He's the best full-time character, the full-time wrestler, whatever you want to call it, in that company right now. So he should be the champion. Awesome moment. Done.
Alright, now this leads to the question, and I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait, I forgot AJ. AJ, now you inside all night, buddy, for some odd reason. Alright, now tell me, what are your thoughts on the epic main event?
There were no black people.
Well, Roman Reigns is crap.
Oh my god!
No!
It's The Undertaker.
Main event will be memorable.
Hold on!
No, that's... No.
Where were you?
You go.
Trying to work on this research paper.
God,
You could have
you could have told us.
I kind of mentioned that.
Oh, you know what? You miss your turn now.
Okay.
You know, make it quick. Make it quick.
Okay. Brock and Roman Reigns will be
In
remembered.
27 words.
No, 31 words for WrestleMania.
Play buttons words.
Roman okay. Brock good. Seth great. Done.
Wow.
Yay!
You've been gone all day. You couldn't give a nice review. You just half-assed it. Clay J. Alright, now, this leads up to my, question.
Alright.
Now, hopefully AJ's stir up for this. You guys brought up multiple times on why people overrated. Now, why do you think is that? Is it because that it's actually a good show, or the fact that they've been shoveling shit for so long now? Because let's face it, okay? Leading up to WrestleMania, I didn't watch it at all because I knew that I would not like it at all.
Jay pulled up
This-
questions.
This quote-unquote season, alright, was WrestleMania really that good? Or people went, oh, finally a good pay-per-view. What do you think?
I think its expectations were so low that we were happy that we got something that wasn't shit.
Okay. Sacco?
See, I agree with a lot of people had low expectations, and it turned out to be a better show than we expected, and I think we can all agree it was a much better show than we all were thinking it was going to be. However, I've heard people overrate it, and I've heard people underrate it. Like, I've heard people say 9 and 10, and I've heard some people even say it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Now, I don't agree with that. There are some WrestleManias that I obviously favor over this one. However, I've heard some people still say, even you guys, say it was like a 5 or a 6. I think that's underrating it. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think that's like a 7.5 or an 8. I'm going to go with 8. I really enjoyed WrestleMania. I think it appealed to all different elements, and I think it's also the first really good odd WrestleMania since 23. Done.
Steven?
I'm going to agree with Adam. I think, I think that the build-up to this WrestleMania was one of the worst that we've ever had.
Worst WrestleMania build-ups ever.
So bad that I just stopped.
You were forced to watch the show.
Yeah, I was forced to watch. I said multiple times I wasn't going to watch it. And if it wasn't for a certain Irishman, then I wouldn't even be in this discussion right now.
Hi, Dan.
Yes. Yes, it would have been changed, obviously.
Just watching this right now.
I was the one shaving that mohawk.
You're like, fine, but I get to give you a mohawk. It's like, okay, fella.
And that's why he got You Look Stupid chance.
It's
Alright. Sorry, Bingo. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool, mate. It's cool.
No, Steven, go. I apologize.
But I get that you think we're underrating it. I understand that. But for my money's worth, it reinforced every reason why I stopped watching. And after this Raw, I don't intend to ever watch WWE main roster again. Because it did nothing for me.
Money's worth. What did you pay for it?
Oh,
wait a minute. You didn't pay for me.
Let's not get into certain activities.
I don't remember you having a WWE network for $9.99.
I think it's
because we have to pay more.
Oh,
for some reason. Even though we got it later, delayed twice.
Hey, different.
Alright, AJ, since you were gone for like most of this because you're too busy sleeping.
Or working.
What?
No, never mind.
What do you think? What do you think?
Alright, Mania, let's put it this way. I think that people do overrate it too much. In my honest opinion...
Why do you think that?
Just, to me, none of the matches stood out as being, like, from beginning to end great. As Adam brought up, it was, timing issues with a lot of them. That, it was either starting to get good, and it just ended there, or it was just, a decent match, but nothing really, nothing really exciting at all. It's not going to be remembered necessarily for match quality. If anything, Brock and Reigns will be remembered for Reigns getting destroyed for most of the match, and Seth being the first person to cash in mid-match and win, cash in at WrestleMania and win, and the first guy from NXT to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm talking about the New Day version of NXT, not like the whole season 1 through the competition form of it.
Oh my god.
What else? Brock is a freaking beast, probably the best booked heavyweight in years. And Roman Reigns, don't know where he really goes from here.
But okay, but you're not answering the question.
Okay.
I asked, why do you think that people are saying that this Mania was phenomenal, or it's the best, or it's the best of all time? Why do you think people say that? Is it because that they've been shoveled shit throughout this entire season? Or it was actually pretty damn good?
I think that it's just, the build-up to this was so terrible. I don't think the entire season was bad, but the build has been so terrible. I think that people, have taken, anything that they can get at this point. And that despite Daniel Bryan not being in the main event, which is what people wanted, people were still able to, end WrestleMania on a happy note.
I think, also just throwing something out here, if you just watch WrestleMania, if you didn't watch any of the build-up, I think this WrestleMania ranks a lot higher. Like, if you just watched, stop watching, say, after SummerSlam last year, and then watched WrestleMania, had no idea what was going on, this is a great show, and you can see it being rated that high. But if you count the build-up into it, I think that's where people take a lot of points away.
I'm not. I'm
not saying you. I'm not saying you.
I think a lot of...
I would fall in that category though, surely, because I'm rating it a 6 or 6.5 or whatever, and I stopped watching after, sometime before the pay-per-view before Royal Rumble, and I can't remember what the pay-per-view was.
TLC and stairs.
I'm not even sure. Did I watch that? I don't even know.
They had stairs.
You missed an awesome ladder match to open the show.
Well, okay, but you still for relatively had a decent of idea of what was going on. I'm talking like if you just somehow were like, no, I don't know. Besides like really huge things, you still had a good idea because you heard us talking about it and stuff.
I would just think that if you're not aware of what's happened, you're just going to take the show at face value. I think, I know that's what you're saying, but I think it would have an opposite effect. If you know what's come before, and you're, like Adam and AJ said, you're going to take anything you can get, and you're going to look at a show that I'm adamant that was mediocre, and praise it to high heavens, and I just don't.
So basically, what you're all saying is this. I'm gonna give an example here, or a scenario. Basically, it's us starving, right? And we had zero food for like 2 weeks. Then out of nowhere, someone threw a fucking cracker. We ate that cracker, and we're like, oh my god, that's the best cracker of all time. It's delicious.
Well, I got a box of crackers.
That's pretty much it.
I think Jay's onto something.
I think Steven sees the cracker.
It's pretty much, when you don't have sex for like a month or whatever, or a year,
Shut your whole mouth. Shut your whole mouth.
I didn't even say a name.
I think it has a lot to do with the expectation was low, and what we got was a show. I think it was. We all thought this was going to be fucking dog shit. And instead, it ended up not being dog shit. And because of that, I think at face value, at first glance, everybody was like, this shit was fucking epic! And then I think, wait a few days later, I think people are going to be like, alright, it wasn't that fucking amazing, but it's definitely not shit.
I still
it's
think
not.
it's
I mean,
right, so basically, it's this. It's eating the same thing over and over again for like a month. Then finally, something new. That's pretty much it.
It's not It's not 19. It's not 17. It's better than like 27 and 25.
I think it could go in like. I don't think it belongs anywhere near the top 5.
I think it belongs
in the top 10.
I don't think so. I think last year's WrestleMania was much better than this.
Like, from what I understand from the entire podcast, I wouldn't even say top 10. I would say
maybe
probably
top 15?
Top 25.
Oh, no.
Top 15.
You know how many bad WrestleManias there's been?
I mean, it's not 11, it's not 9, it's not 15. It's not going to be remembered. That's for sure.
I don't agree with that.
The main event will be the only thing people remember.
Basically,
remember that ladder match.
Something it's better.
They're going to remember that RKO forever.
No one's going to remember the ladder match. No one's going to remember the Cena-Rusev match. No one's really going to remember the Taker and Bray match except for the sit-up. No one's going to remember the Randy Orton-Seth match besides the RKO.
Everyone's going to remember Triple H and Sting, whether you liked it or not. People are going to remember that.
The Ronda Rousey segment, it's probably not going to be remembered in, like, say, 5 years.
Well, when you mean when she goes into the Hall of Fame?
She's gonna get involved.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I say we end this now because clearly this has gone long enough.
Yeah.
With that being said, hopefully we could do more of these. Hopefully you enjoy the show, and hopefully our long rambling did not make you fall asleep.
Leave feedback.
Yes, please give feedback, and please help us get coffee for AJ so he can stay up and, actually join us in the podcast. And maybe help someone get a GPS or a stopwatch or actual watches, that way he knows to come to the podcast on time. Subliminal.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe to the DurgaBurger.
Tell us what you want.
And tell us what you want exactly. So yeah, and you'll be seeing more of me because, quite frankly, you need more of me. Alright, and we're out.
WrestleMania 31. Brock Lesnar.
Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah, Suplex City, bitch. Wrecking Roman Reigns with my German whip. Throw him over the ring. I release that shit, cause I'm Brock Lesnar. I don't need no bridge, cause I hurt my neck many years ago. But I still get to go to bed with Rena Miro. So she loves my rod and tackle whenever I give her them. You want a suplex? Bitch, that's a fisherman. Start of the match. F5, try to come back. F5, think he's on the attack. F5, money in the bank, nah. F5.
Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch.
I'm in your main event, making very good telly. Safer on the apron, nah, belly to belly. Slap Roman around, I know that you heard him all. He takes it lying down, I keep my suplexes vertical. Ask him, was it worth it all pounding this dude's chest? Wanna dance to Mania when you can't do the two-step. You don't see Goldberg anymore, in fact who's next? Oh shut up Roman, take a back suplex. Start of the match, F5, try to come back. F5, think he's on the attack. F5, money in the bank, nah. F5.
Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch.